Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Pradeep from Armwrestling News. 37 people waiting for the live chat. That is simply unbelievable. I cannot thank you guys enough. So today we will be discussing Evgeny Prudnik going to Canada. That's one news that was in the discussion some days ago. Akimbo, that is a really good arm wrestler. His insane wrist curls or wrist holds with 220 kilos. Neil Pickup versus Bowen. Somehow that topic never seems to end. ZAUR's return. ZAUR PAIZULAEV is making waves already. He is just awesome. Engin Terzi's possible return. Devon competing at Arm Wars. Russian nationals. And something about BLM. A viral Reddit post where BLM was starting with his shoulder touching the elbow pad. That was something, the pin pad. That was something that we haven't really ever seen. I don't think anyone has ever seen that. So JR Williams, Pradeep punctual as usual. So earlier I set this time to be 10:30 p.m. but now it is 10:45. But I rescheduled it before it was 10:30. So yeah, I would say I was on time. So actually guys, I was recording a video with Luke Pulsher, who is the referee at Monster Factory. You may have seen him. Senior experienced WAF certified referee. He refs at WAF events. I asked him about that BLM situation. Like, why was he allowed to start like that? What are the problems with that? Was he in his rights to do so? So that is going to be an interesting video. I've already recorded that and will probably be uploaded a few hours after this live stream ends. So let's see who are the members that have joined. Who is this Pradeep Singh guy? That's me. That's my old account. On this account you can see me arm wrestling, and on this account you can see me doing one arm pull-up if you want. So yeah, COC 2.5, the Korean gripper. I want to know where I can find that. Travis Vagent will be commentating. Yes, he will be. Adnan, thanks brother. Thanks. You're welcome as well. Table Ninjas. Luke is a good dude. Yes, he is. Bowen versus Neil boxing exhibition. That needs to happen. It needs to happen. So guys, Prudnik uploaded a video on his Instagram saying that he has got the visa for visiting Canada and now he's going to train with Devon. What is the purpose for that? Because last time I checked, Engin announced that Prudnik lost his visa when he was traveling for East versus West. He lost his passport, not visa. So it is clear that he got his visa because he must have his passport now. I don't know if he found the passport or got a new one, but now he has it and now he has a visa for going to Canada. No video, Pradeep. That's a nice joke. So he said that he's going to Canada to train with Devon. That is something interesting. People said that Prudnik deleted that video, which clearly he did because we cannot find it anywhere. But some guys took a screen recording of it because deleting everything that you have posted online is a new trend in arm wrestling. So that's where we got the information from. I think it was Constipated Devon or someone on Instagram, and he did say that. What are the reasons for him going to Canada? Reasons of going to Canada for him. I messed up the words. We don't know for sure. Is it just training? Is it something else? Is he going to arm wrestle Devon again in the future? Does he want to find out if he learned something from the previous defeat? There can be multiple reasons. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that practice poll. That was simply amazing. In the intro, I forgot to mention the main heading of the video. VOEVODA versus DADIKYAN. So let's talk about this practice. They practiced about, I would say, 3 weeks ago as well. And at that time, they did not record the video. Or maybe they did. They didn't upload it. But the public information from them was that they didn't record it, which is understandable. Because they were arm wrestling for the first time probably. They may not want to see, they may not want us to see what exactly happened there. Pradeep, a little off topic. Is there any real industry or desire for many people from India to have a lighter skin? I saw a video. Yes. People in USA talk about skin colors. I'll discuss this towards the end of the video. I don't want to break the flow of this video, but please remind me towards the end, JR Williams. I can speak for maybe half an hour on this topic, and it's an interesting topic because I was discussing with Pauline as well. This same topic, exact same topic. So Who should Dadikyan face? Right arm. We're going to talk about that. So David Dadikyan and Alexei VOEVODA. This time they practiced about 4 days ago, and they did record the video. They did upload it, and it was a war. Like 19 minutes of pure arm wrestling, and not just moving around, setting up the straps. The extra parts of the video were cut, and still it was a 19-minute arm wrestling video. That is just simply insane. I would say that we got to see what we expected to see. Maybe not something that we wanted, because many of us are VOEVODA fans, not all of us, but many of us. So we kind of wanted to see VOEVODA do better than that. Now people will say that, including me, people will say that practice pulls don't matter, but I think if two people are arm wrestling and one guy moves sideways and nothing moves, that kind of shows that there is a gap between these two. How big of a gap? I don't know. It is difficult to know from an arm wrestling practice. But clearly there is a gap between these two. Pradeep on steroids versus 1 year. For 1 year versus Bowen super match. Nah, maybe left-handed. And even for that I need to train for many years, I think. Right? I got no chance. And if he doesn't train his left at all. What promotion is doing next Sandris match? So yeah, I uploaded that on the community post. Let's quickly talk about that after the VOEVODA topic is over. Thanks for reminding me. You guys tell me what you got from that practice poll. I got that David Dadikyan can hook VOEVODA like nothing. It isn't even a difficult task for him. He can do it whenever he wants, as many times as he wants. But towards the end, we got to see him getting tired just a little bit. Not that much, just a little bit. So that VOEVODA was able to open his hand with the top roll without the straps. But that was after maybe 50 pulls. Something like that. So that doesn't really count. 19 minute 27. Yeah, 29 minutes on Babkan channel, I know. But last 5-6 minutes of that is only talking. Not really arm wrestling. I don't know where you can get the GD90 Korean gripper in India, but in UK it's available from Amazon. I think I did check maybe 1 or 2 months ago, this gripper. I did see the videos on YouTube, but it's clearly not available on Amazon India. So the conclusion from the video is that he was dominant. Dadikyan was dominant, right-handed on the left arm. Even if he's recovering from the injury, I think David Dadikyan can make anyone look like an amateur if he's not like top 5 in the world. Like he was literally destroying Artem Morozov for the first 2-3 rounds at King of the Table. That's how good that guy is on the left arm. So on the left, there was never going to be any competition whatsoever. We kind of knew that. But even on the right, Dadikyan seems to be on another level. And for those people who were thinking that VOEVODA is going to destroy John and they kind of wanted to see John win in that match, for them this practice session can be a sigh of relief. That's what I can say. VOEVODA is my love, Sunita Gupta. Yeah, so what did you get from that video? Like, was he as strong after his comeback as you expected him to be, or was he weaker? Bowen can pin Dadikyan. I think they did arm wrestle at King of the Table. I don't know where you can get. Okay, the GOAT getting him some payback against VOEVODA. I hope he does. Pradeep, my buddy, tell Paul Hutchins. Yeah, he got the membership last time. Adnan is still waiting. Adnan is still waiting for the membership gifts. What's up, Pradeep? Table Ninjas production. Adnan, hello. Super exciting for all these great updates. Thanks, brother. So this topic is about it. Dadikyan, yeah, not it. Dadikyan mentioned towards the end that on the left arm, he can take anyone on he wants. The opponent doesn't even matter. But on the right arm, he would like to see himself going up against Irakli Zerek. That's the name he mentioned, and he's planning on gaining more weight. Right now, he's around 115-16 kilos. He'll be 119-20 kilos soon. That's what he mentioned. And VOEVODA is, of course, training for a match against John Brezink, which is on October 29th, I think Engen mentioned in the latest video. 29th or 28th, whichever date is Saturday. That's the date for East versus West 9. VOEVODA hand compartment looks not so good. Yes, Thomas, I do agree with that. Dadikyan will destroy Irakli both arms. That's a bold claim. On the right, I think it can be close. It's a good match. It's a really good match on the right. On the left, yeah, I do agree with you. That's not even close. Pradeep, Sandris versus Jordan is happening. Thoughts? Yep, we will talk about it. Just wait a second. So for you, let me quickly share so that I can share this news with you. Let me quickly share the screen. Otherwise, you can also check it on my community post as well. I uploaded. I think community post can also be utilized for giving some news that does not really warrant a video. I think community post is a good place to share that. I shared this photo on my community post as well. So there you have it. Sandris Sedes versus Jordan Sonev right arm super match announced for June 2023. Exact date and location to be see soon. What does C stand for here? Confirmed soon, I guess. Dancho is his nickname, Panzer is his nickname, and B Strong Arm Wrestling is the channel. Last time it was a pay-per-view on BALAM.live. So Umesh Druvas will be organizing this event, and he has done some good events. Last time also he invited Jordan Sonev. Jordan beat both Matt Mask and Mike Gould. Matt on the right, Mike Gould on the left. This time once again I think it will be a pay-per-view. The video quality was perfect. The replays were kind of cringy, but overall experience was good. The event was good. I think it was a $5 pay-per-view. For first week or two it was cheaper than that. I think $3.50, and after that the price increased a little bit. So look out for that early price one more time. So that's the match we have right here. Sandris versus Jordan. I don't know, man. Good match. Jordan would for sure. I think he can be the favorite on the left arm. I don't know why, like Bulgarians, were they allowed to compete? Were they not allowed to compete at this year's WAF? But I don't think Jordan Sonev was there. And Sandris won on the right arm, and he barely lost to the gold medalist on the silver on the left arm and got the silver in a very close match. So that's it about this match that we wanted to discuss. Let's see what the chat has to say. Let's go Jordan. Good match. Yes, amazing match. Sandris has to be the favorite, I think. VOEVODA does look better than his first comeback. Looks more massive and doesn't seem to shake as much when he pushes. Alexei was really good puller, but compared to a newer athletes nowadays is really overrated. That's a possibility. I think Devon going to arm wrestling, Jordan left arm at arm wars. That's what I also think. Sorry, I had to fill up 8 gas cans, did not miss much. Devon faced Kodecha on the taped arm wars already. I don't know, man. Neil has mentioned in the past that he will be trying that idea in the future as well. So we never really know. We cannot say that if Neil is mentioning that the match is going to happen 1 week after East versus West, we cannot say that is true for sure. Like, we don't know that. So with that being said, let's talk about Neil versus Bowen. Neil Pickup once again called out Ryan Bowen on Aussie Arm Wrestlers stream, 24-hour live stream this time. And he said that he was really frustrated. He was really pissed off. He was really let down. He was mad, like as bad as you can basically feel after hearing someone's word. And he said that Ryan Bowen was intentionally targeting him and intentionally targeting the Armwrestling brand, trying to damage its reputation. He was saying that Ryan uploaded that video while the event was still airing. It was not a premiere, but how exactly was it airing? I don't understand that part. Neil said that while the event was still airing, Ryan Bowen already uploaded his video trying to defame Armwrestling. But as far as I remember, it wasn't even a premiere or a live. It was just a regular video that was posted. So if the video is 1.5 hours long, are we supposed to wait 1.5 hours before talking about that event? Is that what Neil was expecting from us? And he was saying that he talked about the results as well. Once again, something that I don't agree with. Like, why wouldn't you talk about the results? To me, that is like a weird thing to expect from anyone, that a YouTuber is not going to talk about the results of your event while not showing any screenshots or any videos or any audio whatsoever. Pradeep, was Arm Wars ever live? No, never have been. Never. Arm Wars athletes usually have to speak English. Sonev is the best option. So that's what I also think is going to happen on the left arm. And I don't think Ryan Bowen is going to respond to Neil pickup. I don't think there is anything to respond. As far as I remember, that video that Ryan uploaded, he didn't say anything disrespectful. All he said that he was expecting it to be live and he was let down. He was wishing the athletes best of luck on 3rd of February when the match was on 4th, and that was like really bad for him. He was not expecting that. It's entertaining. Harvey, I hope this controversy never ever dies. It's hilarious to me as a spectator. Whose side on this topic you are? Let me ask you. That will be an interesting question. I won't even ask you that who did right, who did wrong. If we talk about the rules, of course, Ryan has not done anything wrong, anything illegal, like perfectly 100% within the rules. And I don't even remember him saying any disrespectful words. Maybe saying that I will never work with Neil again publicly, that was like a little bit too much. But other than that, nothing. So, which side are you on? Let me post a big fat question mark after that. Neil or Bowen? There's your question. 99 people watching, 43 of you have liked this video. Please take the number to at least 50. Doesn't matter much, but makes the YouTuber, the streamer feel good about himself, boosts his ego. The number looks good. 50. Pradeep, is the recording on Alex's channel different from the one on Dadikyan's channel? Alexis, okay. No, the other one is not Dadikyan's channel. It is Babkan's channel, and the footage is basically the same. The footage is basically the same, but wow, what happened? I think my video is gone. Okay, my bad. It is not showing me any video. I tried to log into my account. It told me that you're logged out of your Zoom, and the Zoom feed that I usually see is gone. Like it isn't even there. I don't know how I am still live. I'm logged out of my Zoom account. So yeah, thanks for mentioning. I even forgot what I was saying. Like it was a disaster. It was a disaster for me. Video's fine, all good, buddy. Thanks. Armwrestling news: has Morozov recovered from his recent shocker injury? I think he has. What shocker injury? I think he injured his left but not his right. His right elbow was also not feeling okay. He mentioned about his elbow. It is like not he broke something, but it was usually something that was bothering him while going all out. Everything is okay, Pradeep. Thanks. Video's fine. Stacy Morgan. Thanks, brother. 54 likes. I'm on Neil's side because he's actually promoting arm wrestling and creating matches. Ryan seems more about the dollars. Seems Ryan should be supportive of Neil, considering Neil always up talks Ryan. Yeah. But you're saying Ryan is about the money, but I would say 90% of the community is saying that Neil is about the money. Today was the National Arm Wrestling Championship in Russia. Many fighters did not pass the doping control. Yeah. I think it finished yesterday, if I'm correct. Or was it today? Bro, can you join? Can you message me on Instagram if you know the details of the Russian National Championship? I think both Zoloev brothers won a couple of days ago. And as far as I know, the championship should have finished yesterday on 16th. I tried to watch the matches, but you have to sign up to watch the final matches, and you can only sign up apparently by using your mobile number. And when I put in my mobile, it says like, no, not possible because of the country. So how do I watch the finals? In Ukrainian nationals, I saw Oleg Zhok winning. In Russians, I saw Alan Zoloev, Hadzimurat Zoloev, both of them winning. Pradeep, where do you live in India? Currently in West Bengal. Pradeep, play the concrete elbows Morozov injury video. It's short and a joke. Yeah. Okay. Got it. I now remember. Yeah. I know what you're saying now. So what was the topic I was talking about before Neil Pickup versus Bowen. So whose side are you on? And after that, we'll see Bowen is winning 51%. the, the, the gingerbread man is winning. Neil did not cancel him. OMG, learn your facts. My facts? When did I say Neil cancelled him? Ryan said that he's not going to work with Neil again. Yeah, honesty goes a long way with us fans. That's why I like Pradeep. Thanks, brother. Thanks. Pradeep, you look so cute. LOL. Thanks, Znayan. I saw that on the Telegram social network. Okay, that's a hard question. What? The poll question? I like to ask hard question. I like to ask hard questions. So basically the situation between Neil and Bowen is not over. They like to not talk about each other, but Neil was open the last time he was live on Aussie's channel. There he mentioned that he really felt hurt deep inside with what Ryan Bowen did. And I think it's his product. He can feel hurt if he believes that somebody is targeting it. But what Ryan was saying in that video, I think it was a genuine question from probably 75% of the community, because when we created a poll, more than 70% people said that they were expecting Arm Wars to be live. So you cannot call all of those 70% guys conspiracy theorists just because they are saying like, why wasn't it live? We were expecting it to be live. Pradeep, VOEVODA comeback will be amazing. And those who were not expecting it to be live were expecting that maybe the video is going to be uploaded an hour or 2 or maybe 4 hours after the event has happened. But no, it was like 3 weeks later. Did any big names got caught? That's a good question. Pradeep, VOEVODA comeback will be amazing. He will destroy everyone. Please, Bowen, call out VOEVODA. So that's another topic that we discussed. And now let's talk about Arm Wars, since we started discussing Neil Pickup here. Arm Wars. Neil announced that Devon Larratt will be competing at Arm Wars. How amazing is that? Just tell me how amazing is that for you guys. Or before that, I think we can also check out the top post from Reddit where Bowen versus Neil is mentioned. I think we can find some interesting comments there as well. So till then, till I find that post, I'll tell you about the matches at Arm Wars. Neil said that there will be 5 to 7 matches, and he has already started dropping hints. There will be a battleground, 4-man battleground on the left arm. Devon is one confirmed athlete. There will be 3 more. One other athlete I think is for sure going to be Yordan Sonev. I was thinking that Alex Kordecha can also be there, but from the way that Neil was talking about it, I think it is not Alex Kordecha. The way he was mentioning the athletes, he was not saying like someone who is top 5 in the world. So I think Alex Kordecha is not there. Maybe Prudnik is also not there. Some of the European guys that are lesser known, but good athletes, maybe some of them. Now it is getting difficult for me to guess. You can guess by doing a lot of work on that, but a lot of investigation on that, but I don't think it is worth it. But it can be worth it for you if you guys are able to guess all 3 of the arm wrestlers that Devon is going to compete against. And if you tell them to Neil, he'll send you some arm sport handles if that is something that you are interested in. So Devon will be competing, and other than Devon, we have Engin Terzi, not at that event exactly, but he said that towards the end of this year, maybe a little bit earlier than that, Engin will also be making his Arm Wars debut. Now that is really interesting. To this, Engin replied that he wants to compete at East versus West, one match at East versus West, one match at Arm Wars, and one match at King of the Table as well. I don't know why I cannot find that Bowen versus Neil post anymore. Okay, let's see the top posts from this week and let's see if we can find something interesting. Before that, let me check if I missed any comments or not. Would be super cool if Dennis or Hermes showed up to arm wrestle Devon left-handed at Arm Wars. No, that will not happen. Ryan SP. No, I think Neil mentioned that all of them are Europeans. Neil does not take any feedback as has been covered. Yes, that's something that I agree with William. Not interested in any Arm Wars after the fiasco, and his immature response lost all the respect. In fact, for the members of the channels, you guys tell me, what did you find out in that members only interview that I did with a US lawyer, US attorney? He mentioned, he sent me an email and he said that, Pradeep, I want to talk some legalities about this live commentary or these topics about fair use or something like that. And there we discussed Neil Pickup's event as well, the previous event where all of the controversies started, Devon Lett versus Andres Sedis, where people were expecting it to be live, but in fact it wasn't. So the lawyer from USA, Yagor was his name, he gave some really insightful thoughts about this topic, and for me it was one of the best conversations. Genuinely, I'm not saying that to sell memberships to you guys, but those guys who are the members of the channel, I think they'll probably tell you how good that conversation was. I hope I'm not the only one who found that conversation interesting. Pradeep, why are many arm wrestling channels indirectly refer to you as a troublemaker and instigator when your main channel focus has been to objectively report the factual news? Because nobody does that. So far, we only believe that arm wrestling is a family, and in a family, if anybody does or says anything wrong, it should remain within the family. It shouldn't go out. So that's the basic concept of a family. That's why I think it is happening. And everyone knows, like, that's the given fact. Like, you do not take family matters outside of your family. But what I believe in is that arm wrestling is much more now, much bigger now than just a small family. And trying to discuss these topics, these controversial topics, these problematic topics about the rules or about these live stream commentaries, about scams, I think these are necessary for the betterment of the sport. Arm wrestling is beyond that small family level right now, in which most of the arm wrestlers are still living. I saw the dark side of Neil on Aussie's marathon. Just tell me one disrespectful word that Ryan said in that review video of Arm Wars. All he said that he was disappointed, and how furious the other person got, as if he was threatened by someone of taking his life or something like that. I got the membership just for that video and it was worth it, Joy. Thanks, brother. Thanks. The lawyer interview was brilliant, Pradeep, and it literally destroyed the unsubstantiated Engin live stream position. Unsubstantiated, okay. VOEVODA Tim Bresnan rematch. No. 2024 VOEVODA 134 kilos bicep curls 160 kg for 5 reps. That's not possible, bro. But he did, I think, 4 or 5 reps with 130 kilos, which is just like insane. Absolutely insane. So Engin Terzi at Arm Wars, I'm not sure who he is going to face, but whoever he faces, that will be something interesting to see. Let's see if we have some other topics that we discussed earlier. Akimbo. So we were talking about like wrist curls, bicep curls. I saw a video on Akimbo's channel, and that dude is like slow repping out 150, 160 kilos. I think his wrist curl, pound for pound, maybe one of the strongest in the world. That dude is legit strong. He wasn't able to curl it, but he was like holding 220 kilos flat with his wrist comfortably. I saw him once holding the thick rolling handle, and he was holding in a cupping position on the table. He was holding 96 kilos with one arm on a rolling handle in a cupped position, and he weighs like 72 or 73 kilos. That's how strong that guy is. Akimbo 69, since we discussed him, we will talk about that. So VOEVODA we have discussed, Prodnik going to Canada we have discussed, Neil versus Bowen, Arm Wars, Engin's return, Devon's return. So Russian nationals we kind of discussed, but we do not have enough data on that. BLM's topic, refereeing topic, we are going to discuss towards the end. And ZAUR's return, that is something that we will discuss as well. So few minutes remaining, I would say more 15-20 minutes. Exciting 15-20 minutes remaining in this video still. Just if you want to see for a second how the wrist curls went, let me show you.
Я хочу либо сделать рекорд на кисти, либо тренировку на кисти. Я хочу либо сделать рекорд на кисти. Я думаю, по названию вы сами поймете. Либо тренировку на кисти.
Just look at the strength of this guy. 220 kilos. Let me go back 10 seconds.
Пока стойте. Погнали. 3, 2, опускаем.
So he's not curling it, but he was able to hold it for a little bit of time. If we go back like a minute or two, then you can see maybe you can see him curling some insane amount of weights. How much is that?
3, 2, 1.
I think it's about the same weight, 200 kilos. Yeah. You can hold it for a very long time. And I think he was legit curling 150 kilos. So that's a really strong guy. Why did I show you his video? I would say like Akimbo 69 versus Rahul Panekar at East versus West. I think both are from East, but this match can still happen at 70 kilos weight cap. What do you guys have to say about that? Talking about Neil on Aussie 25 undergrow hours undergrow. Okay, ZAUR is training reckless. Yes, he is. I also see sometimes that when you report on something controversial, people like to blame you for starting the controversy. Man, I was literally thinking about it a couple of days ago, Justin. Blame you for starting the controversy when you are usually just reporting on what the community is already talking about. So I had a discussion with Engin on this topic, and some people were like, Pradeep, why are you creating a controversy out of this live stream topic? And I was like, no, I am not. I do not have the power. Maybe in some cases I do, but I have the power only to ignite, to give fuel to a controversy that is already started by an athlete or an arm wrestler. I have the power to ignite it, to give it fuel and make it bigger than it was early on. But I'm not the one, never. I'm not the one who is starting this controversy. I didn't do that javelin move at Arm Wars. Uncle John did that. I didn't make that community post on YouTube that YouTube commentators, you are harming the pay-per-view sales. Even if you're giving 10 free pay-per-views, please do not do that. Your harm is much bigger. I did not make that post. I'm never the one to start controversies. So great point, Justin. I'm happy that you mentioned that. I'm the one just reporting on these controversies. Don't have these controversies, man. Don't have them, and I'll not report them. As simple as that. I cannot report them if there is nothing controversial about that. When you're usually just reporting on one community is already talking about, that's correct. And it is my job. Like, I think it is kind of wrong from the promoters or from the athletes to expect from me to not talk about their fuck-ups. Because people want to hear my opinion on that. I literally get messages and comments why I'm not talking about the event. So why wouldn't I if the viewers want me to? Why isn't Akimbo on any of the promotions still? That's beyond my imagination. Just look at the guy's channel. Like, over 100,000 views on every single video, and he's like 21, 22 years old, and he's strong. So I think, yeah, he deserves to be there. Akimbo versus Bacha. No. Bacha would destroy him. Akimbo versus Rahul Panekar is the match. Pradeep, how much can you do with a bit of cheat curling? So when I used to train, that was about 2018. I used to train. I weighed like 73 kilos back then, and I was almost able to cheat curl my body weight. So at 73 kilos, I was able to cheat curl almost 70 kilos. So now I'm not trained, so I think I should still be able to cheat curl that 70 kilos because I'm heavier now. I'm like 87, 88 kilos, so about 15 kilos heavier than what I used to be. So for now, untrained, I would say 70 kilos. If I train bicep curls for a month or two, then maybe I can get 80. Yeah, that's how much I think I would be able to get, 80 on the cheat curl. Pradeep, can we talk about what Revaz said? What did he say? What about an interview with Soul Arun, the man behind East versus West's art? I think East versus West is the better channel for that kind of interview. The crazy part is Akimbo couldn't even move Alan Zoloev on the left. I'm not sure how strong his left is, but Alan, like, not many people can move him. Maybe no one can move him towards this side. Very few people. Captain Biceps versus Devon Larrett. Pradeep gets blamed more than Trump does. I was literally about a couple of hours, 3 hours ago, I was watching a video, old video from Donald Trump. And he was like, they always like to blame everything on me. They always like to blame me for everything. Yeah, I don't mind that, but for some reason I don't mind that. The reason I don't mind that is because I always get your support. The day I stop getting your support and then people start blaming me for the controversies that they started, then maybe I'll feel it a little bit. Neil apologized on Ozzy's channel but then went on a rampage on Ryan. So was it really an apology? I watched that video. I don't really think it was an apology. Like, he never mentioned that they did something wrong. Like, that's a good way of apologizing. Like, literally saying for 8 minutes that what I did was right and why I did that, and towards the end for a second, I'm sorry if anybody felt bad. So if you felt bad, then you are the one who is not understanding what the situation is. It's not my problem. But still, if you want it, then I apologize. So that's not really an apology. The apology means that you acknowledge that you did something wrong. You don't acknowledge with an apology that I'm right, you guys were not able to understand me, so that's why I'm sorry. What kind of apology is that? Maybe I'm crazy to think that. Have you decided about the live commentary, Pradeep? I'll tell you soon. Well, if Engin has said that you can do that, then I don't think there is much to decide after that. Pradeep, exactly what you're supposed to bring us the news and make a buzz around what's going on. You are important. Don't ever think you are not. Zach Attack. Thanks, brother. Thanks. I really appreciate that. Pradeep versus Bowen super match. VOEVODA was flash penning. There is lots and lots of. I will not tell you the names, but I'm telling you guys, almost every single time I call someone out on what they have done, where they have messed up, I almost always get, like, as soon as I've uploaded the video, maybe I go to sleep, and as soon as I wake up to few messages from that exact same person that I've called out in that video. It always happens. And it kind of makes me feel bad. They're always like, no, you didn't understand the whole part. That was not like you thought. That's what I thought. That's the reality. And I was like, yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with it most of the times. Pradeep will either do a hero or live along. Wow, Silky Wilky, bro, you don't have to do that. Silky Wilky with a monstrous $50 super chat. Hey Pradeep, Hope all is well. Yeah, for sure. Everything is well, brother. And I really, really love to have your support. And by the way, talking about support, your $50 super chat, I still have it on my phone. Engin missed it. Engin missed it on his channel the last time you gave him a $50 super chat. And I took a screenshot of it and I sent it to Engin. I requested that Engin please mention it somewhere on Facebook or on community post or somewhere. That was a big super chat. So thanks, brother. Thanks. You're a rich man. Like $50 super chat. I think you have sent hundreds of dollars of super chat on my channel and probably worth $10,000 of super chat combined on all channels. Maybe more than that. Thanks, brother. Thanks. And I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Training once again stopped for last 2 days. I was training every alternate day. I found this crazy method that works for me, or for now it is working for me, and I really like it. Like 10,000 kilos volume. It's a really simple concept. Whatever I'm doing, whether it is bench, bicep curls, or small exercises like cupping, I just combine all of the exercises, and any way I can get to a 10,000 kilos total. You guys can try it. For if you're doing single arms, you count this with 10 kilos dumbbell, you count this 10 kilo. You're doing with this arm, that is still 10 kilo. That is not 20 kilos. So that way, you guys, if for those of you who are not really experienced in working out like me, you guys try it out. 10,000 kilos in all the reps. Let's say if you did 10 kilos, 10 reps, 10 sets. So that adds up to 1,000 kilos. Do any exercise you want, arms day or chest day, anything you want, and try to go up to 10,000 kilos. And if you are able to do that, that is good enough to stay in a good shape. Not really good enough to gain a lot, but to stay in shape, it's I think it's okay. Not an apology at all. LOL. Neil needs a reckoning. Like if Devon cut ties because of his BS. No, Devon clearly is going back to arm wars once again. I personally thank Pradeep for his controversial videos. Everyone else in the community is afraid of exposing wrestlers for their wrongdoings. There are a lot of, trust me, there are a lot of things who really talked about that. Like I'm going to show you in 5 minutes from now what BLM was doing with his shoulder on the on the elbow pad, pin pad. Who talked about that thing? Although this is something that isn't really against the rules. That is something that we discussed with Luke. Tobias wins in my opinion. Okay, Silky Wilkie, you support all the guys on another level. Yeah, Silky Wilkie is great, brother. Huge support. Look out, everyone. There's limo riding, Rolex wearing. All right, thanks, Thelpal. Yeah, he told me he missed it, but it's okay. Yep, that super chat. So let me quickly share the screen with you once again, and let's see what's on Reddit. Some interesting topics from there. All right, there we have it. James Webb Telescope. Is that the Hubble telescope? When I used to type in Typing Master to practice, there was a paragraph about Hubble's Space Telescope, HST. Is that the same thing? It's an ad. Okay, so these are the guys, John and Devon against Dennis and VOEVODA. Devon is going to go against Dennis in the future, and John will go up against VOEVODA. And both of them already faced, like, someone in this photo has arm wrestled someone at some point of time. So that's a great photo. Some exceptional reffing up north. So that's the thing that I was talking about. Maybe some of you guys missed it. So you can see BLM's shoulder is touching the elbow pad here. And clearly his shoulders are not squared. As somebody mentioned in the chat, like look at BLM's text on his shirt. You can read it. So clearly the shoulders are not square. And the referee is about to say, go here. And my question is like, how can you miss it? Like, your job is to straighten the arms, look for the webbing. Once the webbing is set, it is not really possible to rise that much or open your fingers to rise unless you are like really creating something that is easily visible to the referee. But how difficult can it really be? Like, just tell me. Let's read some of the comments. I saw this and WTF too. I was like, okay, you're going to square him up. His whole ass shoulder is on the fucking table. Nope. That's the worst unsquared competition I've ever seen in my life. So guys, the thing is that he can lean as much as he wants towards the side. There is no rule against that. But he cannot carve his shoulders in. That was illegal. Shoulder is so carved in that you can read the entire line of text behind his back. Even more messed up when you consider Matt lost and injured his left pec as a direct result. So it's kind of an assumption to say that he got injured just because of that. But yeah, if that happened, that's bad as well. But yeah, Matt doesn't seem to mind that too much. BLM didn't close together. Yeah, in the first time he got flash pinned when his shoulders were kind of square. He got flash pinned. But after that, with this setup, he was able to stop the match and get the W. So I'm not discussing this topic too much because I'm going to upload a video soon that I've already recorded with the WAF head referee Luke Polcher. Not head referee, but senior referee at WAF, experienced individual. Paulin, my man, doing sinking pressure. Is that what it's called? Down pressure? Yep. Prudnik got a Canadian visa. 20 kg pronation. Devon, okay. That girl that we talked about, she beat the national champion. Chafee wants to pull Devon in a stand-up match. Maybe that deserves a separate video that I'll create. Ghana, that's something that I can include in arm wrestling as well. Arm wrestling news. So that is on the rise. Somebody mentioned that there are good competitions going on. Where is that Neil versus Bowen post? So he's saying that Devon is still looking normal. His arm is not that massive, but I think his arm has grown. East versus West qualifiers results. That is something that I'll include in the videos as well, because all of the qualifiers are over. Krasimir's match, Bacho second Ashwili. Okay. Heracli, East versus West. Paul Italia, yeah. Okay, we'll stop it. I cannot find that post anymore. Let's see what the chat says. BLM with his shoulders on the elbow pad. Couldn't believe that was legal. There is no rule against it. That's the thing, bro. That's the thing. There is no rule against it. Look out, everybody. That's a limo riding. Pradeep. Bald VOEVODA looks like huge Krasi. BLM with his shoulder. I read it. WTF. So yeah, many people didn't know about this because not many, like literally nobody talked about that on YouTube. That is a weird thing. I didn't notice that in Matt versus BLM match. I must have missed it. I despise anything or anyone with the letters BLM. People are saying, why is Black Lives Matter arm wrestling? What kind of name is that? Hi Pradeep, how are you, my friend? Thomas Jescott. I'm doing well, brother. I'm doing okay. Well above okay. So about this topic, I won't discuss much. And Neil versus Bowen, 55% people think that Bowen, they support Bowen, and 45% people support Neil in this topic. Even almost an even poll. Not bad for either of the two. So Russian nationals, once again guys, I do not have enough information, but Russian nationals were from 14th to 16th of April, and I saw that Zoloev and Alan Zoloev and Hadzimurat Zoloev, both the Zoloev brothers, were able to win. That's something expected, but who won in the supers? And ZAUR PAIZULAEV's comeback. That's the final news that we are going to talk about today. So the AMC tournament, the 5th edition of AMC tournament, is going to be in July in Vladikavkaz, Russia. And there we may in fact see the return of the monster ZAUR PAIZULAEV. That is really unexpected, I would say, because the kind of injury ZAUR had to recover from that early, that is simply insane, almost unbelievable. So if I check out the AMC arm wrestling poster, it says on 1st and 2nd of July in Vladikavkaz, AMC Arm Wrestling 5. So there you can watch it. And if I select on translating the text, nope, it doesn't even translate. Wow. Yeah, the next AMC Arm Wrestling tournament has been postponed to July 1st to 2nd. Stay tuned for the news. So it's on July. It's in July. I think, yeah, July. It's before East versus West. 22nd. I think, yeah, 22nd July is East versus West. 20 days gap. I think some arm wrestlers can afford to arm wrestle at both places. So these AMC guys, they're doing awesome jobs, but I don't think they can afford to mess with the dates of East versus West anymore, because Russians are now allowed to compete at East versus West. So I think they should separate themselves at least a month from East versus West. About King of the Table, not so much, because not many matches are happening there. Pradeep, don't forget to give us a couple clicks on the gripper and quick gun show before you leave. Yeah. And JR Williams, yeah, about that topic, we'll discuss that as well, which you mentioned. If you can repost that comment, I kind of half like remember what you were trying to ask. Pradeep, don't forget. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, brother. So ZAUR PAIZULAEV mentioned it on his story a few days ago that inshallah I will compete. I may compete at this event. So that will be a quick comeback after his bicep surgery. And we would love to see that. Finally, because of his injury, I think ZAUR may be slowed down. And if he gets slowed down, his endurance may not be that great. So yeah, ZAUR may be in trouble if he's not at least 95%. Andreas, here Rivas and other Georgians may go there. Vladikavkaz is close, yes. But it is also close to East versus West as well. And Zurab Tabaridze has a permanent home in East versus West. Rivas looking big. Yeah, 151 kilos. That's huge. European Championship, I think we can check that on World Arm Wrestling Federation website. That's where we'll get the data. Guys, summers have started here, and like it's really difficult to sit for 1 hour without fan or without anything. Like even if it is like boiling hot, almost 40 degrees in the afternoon, if I record a video, I have to sit without a fan. And I don't have any air conditioner. Reddit post live. Hello. Okay, I think it's about time to close this Reddit tab. Thanks for your patience. Do you place bets on stakings? No. I did about 3 times. But no, I don't anymore. Until one collapses. What? ZAUR risking a second tier. Okay. What do you think about table training versus weight training? Both are important. When people mention John Brzezinski, I have had this conversation with many arm wrestlers about John, and many of them privately say that John doesn't really know that much about the science behind training. He found something that worked for him and he went away with it. So that's, you can ask John, like, John, how do I train my pronation? How do I get this thing strong? And he will have only one answer: just do table time. So many arm wrestlers do say that, yeah, John may not be that much educated about teaching. He's good about how to get strong himself, but he's not great about teaching others how to get strong. So many arm wrestlers ran away with the advice, well, if all John Brzezinski does is table time, then all you need is table time. And that is truly not accurate at all. Because you cannot imagine any other sport where strength is needed, where, like, imagine the MMA guys only arm wrestling, not arm wrestling, like punching each other and kicking each other in the ring and not doing anything else, not doing any gym work, any cardio. Imagine a swimmer only being in the swimming pool. Doesn't happen. Imagine Usain Bolt only sprinting on the track and not doing anything in the gym. It simply cannot happen. Like, I would say that it is at least 50-50 for most of these sports. And every single sport, the badminton guys, they work out in the gym. The football guys, rugby guys, cricketers, swimmers, every single athlete have a fixed training routine in the gym, and those sports do not even need that much strength. We're talking about soccer, we're talking about cricket, we're talking about swimming, badminton. Those guys are training for strength and conditioning in the gym, and arm wrestlers should only train on the table. That to me, I think, is possibly one of the worst advice that a beginner can get. Maybe not a beginner, but because for a beginner, table time is must, because he can get strong in the gym. If he doesn't know how to arm wrestle, he won't be able to apply it. So I would say the advice ideally should be only do table time for about a year, once every week in the beginning, and after 6 months, when you get used to of the pain, switch to twice a week, maybe something like that. And then, Pradeep, why not buy a portable air conditioner or fan? Bro, I have fan, but the audio quality will not be good. The audio quality will not be good if I use that. And I have an air conditioner at my hometown, but not here, because I'm about to get transferred from this location. And the second thing is that I think these are like old houses, government rooms. And when I asked, like, they were like, bro, they were like, please, no AC. The electric system will not be able to handle that much load. I don't know what the exact situation here is, but it's kind of weird. It's kind of really weird. Pradeep, does Paul have a slight chance versus Sasho? Yeah, slight chance, yes, but I would say Sasho is the favorite. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Paul goes out in bang in the hook in the first round and pins Sasho and Rev. I won't be surprised, but I will be highly surprised if he's able to do that 3 times. Gashevsky inspired taught Hermes climbing, I have read. I like Engin, Devon's, Prokopchuk's training. Engin, Devon, and Daniel Prokopchuk's training. Yeah, all 3 smart guys. If you want to get taught, teached is not a word, or coached by an arm wrestler, who it will be? For me, Travis. I would say Engin is also a good option. Other than that, Paul Lynn, I would say, or Todd Hutchings, I would say. Yeah, I think I can combine these coaches, like maybe Brandon Allen for strength, or maybe Lachlan Adair for strength, and or maybe Paul Lynn for strength. Paul knows more about arm wrestling training as well, and someone like Engin Terzi for arm wrestling. That's the ideal coach for me. A combination of Paul Lynn and Engin Terzi. Can you rate chances of each arm wrestlers? That's a separate live stream, brother. I can, but that's a separate live stream. I pick Giannis as a teacher. So JR Williams, you're talking about products to for fair people or something like that. I think you said. Giannis, yeah, great experienced arm wrestler. Paul is the underdog I want to win the most. How crazy would that be? But I doubt it. Yes, Paul is for sure an underdog. Professor. Giannis is amazing. I think you guys may want to see an ad now, because we have been on for almost an hour now. So the topics that we discussed today, Prudnik is going to Canada. Maybe he's already there. He wants to train with Devon. That's what he mentioned. Akimbo is doing really great. I want to see Akimbo versus Rahul Panekar at East versus West 70 kilos. That would be amazing. I saw the guy doing wrist curl with 150 kilos, doing wrist holds in a neutral position or slightly cupped position with 220 kilos. That's amazing. We discussed Neil's response towards Ryan Bowen on Aussie's live stream. Neil is still not happy. He still is angry about the video that Ryan uploaded and the live stream that Ryan did about talking about the Devon versus Sandres event. And guys, once again, if you do want to know it from a lawyer's perspective, the thing that people were calling, like, I made a poll, do you think it is a scam or not? It is a fraud or not, trying to pretend that the event is going to be live, and when in fact it isn't, because the basic rule what I saw there was You're pretending that something is going to be live. Something is going to happen on 4th of February, which has happened on probably 14th of January. You're pretending that, and you're pretending that to sell something, to take money from people's pocket, whatever the price of that membership was. So that was my intention, my confusion, and I asked a lawyer from US who has some expertise in these type of topics, and he gave a very insightful and some shocking response on this topic. So you can become a member of the channel to watch that interview. Why did I upload it for members only? Because that would create another controversy once again if I upload it on public form, and I didn't want that. Not fraud, just a really poor handling. BPJ, you're clearly not a member of the channel. You'll be shocked. You will be shocked to hear what the attorney had to say about that. I'll give you a brief, like, I think it will be revealing, but maybe that excites you further to watch the interview. He said that is one of the most, he's a lawyer, and that he said that is one of the most easiest and clearest and simplest frauds that can be proven in the court. I think that's what he said, if I remember correctly. You have to check that out on members only. Ryan Bowen's left testicle list of 70 kg puller. Wow, interesting. Akimbo versus Raymond's Lapinch. Yeah. Possible. Akimbo is like 22. Yeah, maybe. But maybe not. Coach Ray is bigger. But he's 80 kilos right now, and Akimbo can get up to 75. Then maybe we can make it happen. So guys, I've been on for almost an hour. We discussed Engin competing at Arm Wars, possibly towards the end of this year. ZAUR PAIZULAEV's return. He's going to 50-50. He's going to compete on July 1st and 2nd at the AMC tournament. Devon is going to compete a week after East versus West as per Neil Pickup, which we cannot really trust, because even after the previous Arm Wars event, Neil clearly mentioned that he still likes the concept of what he did, and he may be doing that again in the future. So don't be surprised if that match happens at some other date. But about the flight expenses, I don't think it will happen before East versus West, because last time Arm Gods covered the tickets of Devon Lett to UK, and from there Devon went to Neil's event. This time Engin is going to cover Devon's flights to Istanbul, and from there it is a cheaper flight to Manchester. So I think Neil will try to save that money, because like that's also what happened with Ryan Bowen as well. Why did Ryan go from Istanbul, Turkey directly to Manchester? So that's a trend. These events are always, Neil's events are always after some major events where someone else is paying for the tickets of the athletes. Hey Pradeep, do you follow WWE? I was a huge WWE fan till I would say about 15 years ago. And I'm surprised like how I was able to like literally predict, guess the moves. I was never believing or expecting that it is true. I kind of knew, even when I was like a 5-6 year old child, I kind of knew that it is scripted. I can see that. But I used to enjoy it when Masked Kane used to show up in early 2000s, 2001. Like that was a scary moment for me. I was like 6-7 years old at that time. I literally got scared watching that. So that was an amazing experience. Kane was always my favorite. And I think there are a lot of things. People say that, well, arm wrestling is just WWE. It's a ridiculous product. People are trying to make it WWE. I wish they try to make it a WWE, a billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar industry. There are hundreds of things that arm wrestlers and arm wrestling promoters can learn from WWE. There's that Mr. Irving. Where is Mr. Irving? Lagia. Do a live with RVJ. We'll see. How's it going, Pradeep? Irving Brown. Yeah. It's fine. I'm doing great, brother. I'm doing great. He was marketing a membership and not a pay-per-view. I hope that was portrayed to the lawyer. Of course. Like, Jameson, like, what's the difference? In a membership, you're taking money from the viewers. In a pay-per-view, you're taking money from the viewers. Like there is literally zero difference between a pay-per-view and a membership. Zero difference. You can say one is live, but no, it is nowhere written that a pay-per-view needs to be live. It doesn't say in the definition. So I don't know what you're trying to say. Pradeep, you're delusional. WWE is real. Yeah. So, bro, please explain. I would like to further talk with you on this topic, but give me the difference between a YouTube membership and a pay-per-view. It's crazy how WWE just got disappeared at my time, and I'm just 19, but my time, I think it touched its peak views. But if you're 19, bro, you must have missed the Attitude Era, and that's when my interest kind of started to fade away around that 2004 2005 time, when the headshots were disqualified. Like you cannot really headshot with a chair, and there were a lot of censorship. Part of nudity was gone from it. Like WWE before that 2005-6 era was something like you cannot really watch that with your family, at least in India. So that part was interesting as well. And they got really softer in the later days. That's what I would say. And guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H got older, Kane, Undertaker, like those legends can still not be replaced in WWE. I don't think. The scam was that they were clearly advertising an event that had already happened as a live event. Yeah. People are suing Neil. No, nobody's suing Neil. Are you saying that you can actually see John Cena? Yes. When John Cena returns with a Doctor of Thugonomics theme, that was badass John Cena. Now later on, people used to make fun of John Cena, even though he became much more popular. And that John Cena was like good rap battles, and nobody recognized him when he returned in that Doctor of Thugonomics gimmick. I still remember, like when I got my phone, I used to have we got first phone in our home, we used that as a ringtone. I loved the video back in the 90s when a pro wrestler smacked John Stossel and asked if it felt fake. I do remember that video. Edwin, yeah, I have respect for anyone who actually has valid points and puts as much efforts as he does. I've been called a lot of things. Maybe the first Mr. Irving, I could get used to that, okay? I'm hanging in here like a hair in a biscuit, Irving. Lol, okay. Pradeep has pretty good channel. So thank you all. We discussed some interesting topics today. It's been on for 1 hour 7 minutes. You guys are awesome. Was in 1984. Arm wrestling need. So the English language that I learned it almost 100% from WWE. I used to pay attention. Like school didn't teach me English. I learned English from WWE. So I kind of feel bad when anyone talks against, like, negatively about WWE. It has taught me a lot. I used to understand English even in like foreign accent. Like that's still a big deal for most of the Indians here to understand foreign accent. And I got accustomed to that when I was like 6 years old. And people were surprised in the school. Like that's when at 6, that's when we kind of started learning English language. And people were surprised, like, how can this guy understand all of these sentences? And I'm like, I've been watching stuff. Dennis may be top 1 in the world with the left hand. What's your opinion? No, nowhere near that. His left is injured. Kordecha was almost playing with him on the left arm. And Valeri, that big guy, huge guy, that is also giving Dennis a lot of trouble on the left arm. DADIKYAN plays with Dennis on the left. Pradeep, who do you think will be arm wrestling Devon and Engin in the next Arm Wars? Devon, bro, we discussed it. We discussed that in detail in the beginning. I think Jordan Sonev is for sure one of them. Other two, I don't really know. Against Engin, I would love to see someone like maybe RVJ. Maybe RVJ can be a good match. I don't know. Thanks everyone. I'm ending this now. Subscribe and join as a member if you can. That will be really helpful. Yeah, Thor Spectre, I saw that.